Hello, G's, and welcome back to G Free with Friends and Family. And if you're new here, welcome and please hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell because I guarantee you are not going to want to miss my uploads. And today I'm going to make some roasted, well, I'm making a little lunch and it's kind of like a mixed bag because I'm I'm making Korean corn dogs and roasted potatoes, but I'm gonna put a little sofrito, the sofrito that I made yesterday. I'm gonna put a little bit of that on it. Now there's enough oil in it that I don't have to oil my potatoes. I'm just going to put some of this in. It's gonna be so good. I didn't add that much salt to the mix, so I'm going to add some salt to the potatoes. You know, at first I was going to make some roasted curry potatoes, but then I remembered that I had the sofrito. I'm gonna just put my hands in here because to get it all mixed up. I remember that I had the sofrito and I really like the way it tastes with potatoes. So I said, you know what? Let me just mix it up and roast the potatoes with that. And that's gonna be yummy. The coordinator wants to put cheese on this, but I think I'm gonna have mine just like this. He can add cheese to his if he wants. All right, so I'm gonna go get this in the oven. And while it's baking, I'm gonna come back and I'm going to prepare the corn dogs. Okay, G, so the potatoes are cooking. And now we're gonna start with the batter. And I'm gonna have about 2 cups of corn flour, gluten-free corn flour. I don't know, yeah, you can see it. I think you can see it. And to that, I'm going to add about a teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of salt. Mix this up. While I'm doing this, I'm going to add oil to the pot. So it'll be hot when we get ready to fry the corn dogs. And I'm just going to add water to this to make a batter. Oops. And I'm using warm water because I want the batter to be thick. Might as well pour out a bit. Now it looks like we're gonna need more water than that. Oops. just, I think the rest of that will be good. And if it's too thin, we can always add more flour to the mixture. I think this is going to be perfect. We'll see. It's a little bit thicker. Quarter cup more. Not that it matters because we eyeball things over here. Yeah. This is going to be good. Don't want any lumps in it. And the interesting thing that I learned from a Korean guy that did a video on this is that they call them corn dogs because they use corn flour. I didn't know that. Okay. Yep, that's good. I wonder, I don't know if the oil is hot enough. Sizzling a little bit. Yeah, by the time we get everything together, it should be hot enough. Looking for my scissors. I had just a little bit ago. Oh, here they are. I cut this open. And these are Light Life Jumbo Smart Dogs, and they're plant-based and they're gluten-free, which, you know, it's hard to find plant-based gluten-free things because most companies add gluten to it, or something glutinous, you know, like flour or some sort of grain. And we're going to skewer the dogs. Try and get them right down the middle. Take 2 more. 2 for the coordinator and 1 for me. That's going to be a lot of food. The corn dogs and the potatoes. Those potatoes are smelling pretty good right about now. Now, some people do this with like a mozzarella cheese. That's also a form of corn dog, Korean corn dog. And but I don't have any mozzarella, and you know, I'm not going out. He's not going out. So, and what we do now is we put the batter into this glass. Ooh, that's pretty heavy. So I'm going to just spoon it because I have very weak wrist. It's going to take a little longer like this, but hey. I think these are going to be so good. Maybe I can lift it now. They say it's easy to get the dogs coated like this. So we're gonna see. Let me put one more scoop in here. And that should be good. Okay. Now they say to make sure you get the batter on the stick as well. This is a nice thick batter. On the tip, and we put it into the batter. Sizzling a little. Turn it up a little more. And we'll do the next one. Some always comes off a little end. And I'll put one going this way. There. That's bubbling nicely. I really didn't need that extra batter. I thought that there we go. Now we'll let those cook. I think these are going to be so good. Okay, G, the potatoes are done and the corn dogs should be just about done. Now, they wouldn't be authentic Korean corn dogs unless I made them the way that they do. So I have a plate of sugar. You roll them around in the sugar, and then you put ketchup and honey mustard. I mixed the honey mustard. I had to mix it with some vinegar to get it. It's a long story. But it's a little thin, but I think it'll still be good. And you're supposed to have ketchup also, but I don't have any ketchup. I don't usually have ketchup, so it is what it is. I'll come back once I get them out of the pot. Okay. So I'm going to put the honey mustard on. I wound up putting cheese on all the potatoes because I had provolone cheese and I figured that might taste good with the cilantro potatoes. That's for the coordinator.
Delicious.
Is it? Do you like the cilantro on the potatoes?
Mm-hmm. Supposed to actually go well with cheese.
Oh, so I was right. As usual. My plate doesn't look as pretty as his, but here you go. I'm going to taste the potatoes first. Mmm. My corn dog is a little messy. Mmm, that's really good. So I'm going to use my fork. I imagine that it will taste good because I use sugar on meats anyway. So, like when I do a dry rub, it's a brown sugar base, so this should be pretty good. Mm. A little too hot. But it's good. I like it. And those hot dogs aren't too bad. The Light Life, they're not bad at all. We have a little Asian, a little Spanish Caribbean, but they taste good together. Messing up the corn dog part. Yeah, I tried to turn mine over a little bit too soon, and so got a little messy. It came apart. But the outside is nice and crispy. I'm going to try it again later. I know, see how it comes out. The sugar's not bad. And I kind of wish I did have the ketchup. I think that would have tasted good on here. A little honey mustard, a little more. And this was a nice meal. I'm glad I did put the cheese on the potatoes. It does go very well with the cilantro. I like Korean corn dogs. Next time, I'm gonna try it with the mozzarella cheese. They'll do it like this with the whole hot dog. I'm gonna do it with just the mozzarella cheese, and then they do it where they cut the hot dog in half, and they on the stick they have they put the hot dog, and then on top of that they the other half they put mozzarella cheese, and that looks pretty good. I think I'd really like the cheese one. These potatoes are speaking to me. with the sofrito. Yeah, I kept calling it cilantro, but yeah. I'm gonna make black beans next with that. And the cilantro that I used to make the sofrito was in my imperfect food haul. So that was good. I really like them. Everything's so fresh. I still have the mushrooms that I haven't used. Well, I used some of them, but I didn't use all of them. And I checked them today to see if I needed to throw them away, but they're still fresh. And it's like people say, like they don't just sell organic food; they sell what they call standard. And people say that organic food is more expensive because they don't use preservatives, and so it spoils quicker and it's not as profitable. But I don't know, because that stuff is staying pretty fresh to me, unless they just picked it before they sent it to me. I don't understand. I'm not leaving any for Miss Manish today. She's gonna have to get some grub from somebody else. mm. And that was yummy. Mm. Can't believe I didn't bring a napkin. Oh well. The oil is good for my hands. Anyway, don't forget to count your blessings. Be a blessing to someone else and be kind to yourself. Until next time.